at Playground Digital in Toronto, and I'm meeting with Ryan and Ryan. And these boys are very special to us here at AdBuzz. They are the developers behind the beautiful site that you see, and not only that, they really know the digital playground.
Not to be confused with the very successful porn production company, Digital Playground.
So these guys are going to keep it really casual, as most of our interviews. But gentlemen, talk to us a little bit about what you guys are doing here at Playground.
Do you want to start?
Sure. We're a digital creative agency is what we kind of bill ourselves as. And we can work with clients. We can do outsourced creative execution in the digital space for agencies, but our passion really lies with building new companies, building startups that have a digital offering, have an exclusively digital offering. And it's a distinction we always try to make is there's a difference between building a website that's going to promote a product and building a website that's going to be the product. Right. And we feel like our strength is in the latter, but we can,
The amazing thing is those skills they become very transmutable in terms of concept. A great startup, like a great campaign, is about having a really strong concept, about understanding your market, understanding where the USP lies, and really delivering a single strong message that plays to that point.
Yeah.
We have a term in the industry called feature creep, and it means the progressive and slow addition of additional content over the course of creating a product. It's the exact same thing as a client trying to get 5 messages across.
Right.
So.
And just so the audience can understand, Playground is fairly young, so all the aspiring startup digital agencies or agencies, traditional, whatever they might want to be, talk about the process a little bit for you guys. I mean, you finished at Seneca and eventually started your own thing, so how'd that work?
In terms of starting the company?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to write our memoirs sometime in the next decade, and we've already decided it's going to be called Credit Cards and Noodles. Because that's really all you need is to start a company. There's a lot of different ways that startups, and we learned this from working with startups. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it. You can get investment. You can, be your own little silo inside of a larger company. What we do was bootstrapped it. Basically, didn't take any investment, didn't take any loans. We just basically. The computers we had left over from school, started doing work on that, started holding meetings out of a basement apartment, and, just kind of everything scaled up from there. You do good work and you'll be recognized for it, and it doesn't matter what scale you're doing it on.
Right, and just to put into reference, there's many times that I'll reach out to you, and it could be 1, 2, 3, even 4 o'clock in the morning, and you guys are still here slaving away. So dispel any rumors that they may think that they're going to work 9 to 5. And
there's nothing easy about digital. Your clients, no matter how savvy, won't understand the subtle nuances. The producers of it the actual programmers speak a very drastically different language. You constantly find yourself translating, and there's never any sleep. If you think trying to copyright or trying to art direct a single magazine ad is hard, try building a system that's basically a digital Rolex watch. I think the best description I had was we were finishing up a pitch with an agency in the city here, and it was 5 o'clock in the morning when I realized that Ryan had to run the presentation in the morning, so we sent him home to bed, and I was mopping the floors in here. And I ran over to my computer and I sent a message to Scott Goodson and Miles Nadell, and it just asked a very simple question. Have either of you gentlemen ever mopped your own floors at 5 o'clock in the morning? They both got back to me at like the crack of dawn at 7:30 in the morning the next day. Both in my box, most definitely yes.
Yeah. The funny thing is Scott is near and dear to us as well, and shout out to him and Strawberry Frog, but he's starting his day early. I mean, I get emails from him at 5:30 in the morning sometimes, and it doesn't stop, guys. So sitting at home watching, it continues, and even to your successful years, you're still going to be working hard and long hours. But you guys are definitely on track here to do some great things, and you've already done wonderful things. Talk to us about the Toronto Standard.
Toronto Standard is a project we just finished wrapping up. It's a new news editorial media brand for Toronto, And when the publisher and investor in Toronto Standard first came to us, he said, I bought this old legacy brand that used to be a paper in the city, and I want to reinvent it. I want a new voice and editorial in Toronto, and I want it to be exclusively digital, and I want you guys to help me make it exclusively digital. And he said, so we're going to have a site, and we're going to have, BlackBerry apps, and we're going to have iPhone apps, and we're going to have iPad apps. We're going to have, we're going to have all the apps. And, and that's what he came to us with. And that, 8 months ago or almost a year ago when he came to us with that seemed like the perfect roadmap to, build a digital editorial brand. But the more we got thinking about it, the more we got working on it, we put down some hard thinking, and we're like, build 9 different apps for one brand for launch. That sounds crazy. There's got to be a better way we can be on all these devices without having to blow the budget on all this different development. So we came up with this. We didn't come up with the idea. Like, don't ever say that, because they'll be down. The interwebs will be down your throat. But there's this new idea in web development that's responsive web design, and that's the idea that the website is only ever one website, and it's intelligently recalculates its size, content, and layout based on the device that it's being viewed on. So you only ever view Toronto Standard in the browser, but it's when you view it on your phone, it's a single column layout. And some of the images are smaller or different, or some of them are bigger to be more like thumb-size pressable.
Yeah.
And when you view it on a tablet, it's different again. And when you view it on your desktop, it's a desktop experience. But it's all just one site, and we only had to build it once.
Right.
And that was kind of some forward thinking that we had to do, and that we had to ask our clients to do, because there isn't a great precedent for stuff like this.
Right.
And we had to ask them to be really brave. I think the book on responsive web design will be it'll be out June 7th. So to ask to put in perspective how brave the clients had to be,
That's an excellent example.
Yeah.
As a copywriter, one of my favorite terms came from our development department. The site is actually designed 8 times. So it's sort of a design for every single common site size. And then the response is dynamic interpolation between them. And as a copywriter, that's my new favorite buzzword. Forget UX, forget your USPs and your human-centric design. Dynamic interpolation is my new favorite.
Where's the dynamic interpolation in this campaign?
I see what's happening here, but I don't see any computer-driven dynamic interpolation going on. I want that.
We need a lot more of that.
I want a lot more of
Use it all
that.
day long. So what advice do you guys have for students that they're right now they're in traditional advertising type programs? A lot of people are feeling that they're not necessarily learning the digital side of it. What is it that you think is the key to their education and wanting to enter the digital realm?
Stay hungry and work your ass off, and if you make sure you're doing something that you really like if you. And we the default thing for the small shop now is you're never going to be just a TV writer. TV's dead. But if to be truthful, if you want to work your ass off and only write scripts for the rest of your life, you better be the best damn script writer in the entire world. But you can do it. But there's a lot of other things. If you want to be the best damn digital art director or digital creative director in the entire world, you got to dedicate your life to that. You have to, know everything that's going on in that space, and not just in the context of advertising. What are the newest startup companies in the digital space, and what are they doing? What platforms are out there? What's the next Twitter that's coming out, and how are you going to make sure that you're the first person that's kind of hip to that, so that you can be the most valuable person in your agency, whether it's your agency or an agency you're working for.
I also find that how can you leverage those into your concepts? If you desperately want to write concept-driven advertising, you want to understand the digital space, it's essential to know the features and the elements and what exists out there and how those can inform or empower your creative. Because if you try to adapt them to a already existing idea, it's round pegs and square holes. You really have to start with, and I'm going to pioneer this, I swear to you, a digital brief. A good, solid digital brief that lines up all the features a shop is capable of with, the concepts for the idea, how those things can be combined, what the permutations are. Like, what happens if you take geolocation and in social messaging? What do you take, like, social communication, geolocation, and combine it for a beer brand? What does that look like? What does the same beer brand look like in a solely mobile group buying space, or whatever random combination of things that are going on in our industry are? And I think just from that, as a tool for generating new ideas, we shout them across the office.
Yeah.
I say I want something that makes animated GIFs. Somebody says I'll be on it tomorrow.
Right.
2 days later, it's a brand new and exciting idea. So they definitely are idea starters.
Yeah.
And without getting hip to that space, it's a rabbit hole when you start delving into UX. So.
One of the things that I've always been impressed with is when I come in to visit you guys, there's always something new. It's not look what we've designed. It's, hey, have you seen what's going on in Dribble, or have you seen what's? You guys are always face first into everything new. So that's gotta play a huge account towards your success, and always looking forward. Correct.
And no teacher is ever going to tell you to do that. Just for the students, no way. The only place, your email is a train wreck in terms of the amount of uncategorized list of emails, but your bookmarks are impeccable. For everything on UX, everything on design, everything on startups, every single Crunchbase, Springwise, they're all on there. Those are sorted and organized.
For the record, please do not email Ryan Bain, and he will not get back to you.
At reply me on Twitter. It comes right to my phone, and I can get back to you almost instantly.
Yeah.
But I don't have pop-up notifications for my email, so I don't know what you're saying.
Guys,
your dad is going to go through the roof
Seriously,
after this.
I'm in a digital shop now. Is email dead? Where's it going?
Email's not dead. Email's dead to me because that's not my strength. My strength is not interpersonal communication. It's
evasive communication.
Yeah.
You're a moving target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more my job to think about things and then express them to like one person who's right beside me, and then they go and they talk to everyone else.
Conveyance.
Yeah.
And fuck you for making that my job, by the way.
Guys, I really appreciate your time. We're going to get a tour and put some cool links up to show everyone what you guys have been up to. So thanks so much for joining us. And thanks so much for making AdBuzz what it is.
Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for thinking of us to come by. We really appreciate it. And
He's gonna go softy on you. Hey, he's gonna go from well, I'm evasive and impossible to deal with to a really nice goodbye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.